Hi guys, welcome to Nordic Drip Coaching. My name is Anita and I am a life coach. In today's video, I will be talking about how I put the self back in self-care. If you have not watched the first video, this is the first video right here that I did about self-care. This will be a series because after this video, I will share my self-care routine, the things I do. It is uniquely things that fit for my self-care routine. It's most likely not things that you hear or people talk about, but it is really things that have helped. Do you realize that a lot of us have been doing self-care? It has not been self-care, guys. We have been doing ego care. We have been caring for our ego, doing what the ego thinks is right. It took me a long time to really find out how I can pull the self out of the ego, because the ego consumes everything, guys. You can say that the ego, it's this type of energy, right, that wants everybody to think of it in a certain way, look a certain way, act a certain way, that will be a people pleaser, that will seem more confident. And the self is behind the ego, trying to peek through, trying to be seen, trying to say, hey, I'm here. And the ego is constantly depressing it and saying, no, stand back there, don't show your head, people aren't gonna like that, people aren't gonna want to see that, and that's not popular. The truth is, in order for you to perform real self-care techniques, real things that will provide you with peace and relaxation and joy and all the things that self-care is supposed to provide, you have to be working with the self. You have to. Like, there's no way around it. And if you think that you're not working with the self right now, here's a little experiment that you can do at home to see. Are you doing ego care or are you doing self-care? You can go and do all of your self-care techniques, right? Hair, nails is usually it, a typical massage, shopping, you can go out with friends, do those things, right? And really listen to how you feel. Really listen to the vibrations you are feeling from others, right? Do others around you look as happy as you may feel inside? Are you doing it to post a picture on social media? Are you doing it so you can tell someone about it? Really, in that moment, reflect and say, why am I doing this right now? Where is my phone? And that's big for me, right? So I really wanted to see, where is my phone right now? Where is my phone while I'm doing this self-care thing? Because if this is truly self-care, my phone should be nowhere around. Like, my phone shouldn't even be here right now, because self, right? I'm supposed to be with the self, caring for the self. My phone don't care about the self. I started really doing all of these self-care activities and looking for signals. Like, where's my phone? Am I posting a picture? And if I do post a picture, why? Is it for the self? Is it for a memory? Even down to creating content, right? I really had to say, I'm on vacation. Why am I recording this right now? Is it for likes? Is it for views? And then a big part of me needed to take a break, right? I really needed to go on a trip without no phone and really see, what is the urge for this? What is the urge to have my camera? And then I said, hold up. I like looking at my own vlogs, guys. I don't know about you, but I look at so many of my old vlogs like, oh my God, look how big my kids have got. Look how we're always gonna have this later on, something we can come back to and look at. It is like this family album I have created for my family, for their kids and their kids, to where they can look back and see all of their parents' adventures. We can look back. So I finalized, that's why I like to vlog, more for the memory part of it. Because if I was just on social media vlogging all of my trips, there would be no meaning behind it unless I had a true self meaning, right? Unless I bring the self back. Because all of my vlogs, I never really fully got the validation I feel like they should get, because I'm like, excuse me, have you seen my kids? Have you seen this vacation? Have you seen the beach? Have you seen the food? And there's always like this high expectation I have that no one can ever fill. I'm okay with that, because even if YouTube was not paying me and I wasn't getting $1, I would still be creating content. Acknowledge how you feel in the situation is the first tip to really finding the self, really finding out what makes you happy and doing the thing that you have on your self-care routine, and really being a scientist about it, really kind of digging through, tearing pieces apart, finding out what things about the activity you do like, you know, and trying to build off of those things. I really do think helps you find the self in your self-care routines. And tip number 2 to finding the self is define peace for you. Take a pen and paper, write down, what is peace, right? What is peace to me? How does peace look? What is joy? And really write down what that is. Like really write down what you think that is. Not what you heard someone say, meditate, and the sound of this, you know, song or this beach or vacation. No. What is peace to you? Because we all see peace differently. I know people that can be in a crazy situation and they can find peace in that. They can find just true peace in being around loud noise and in a crowded place. Like, that's not for me, but some people. Write down what is peace for you, because in self-care, you really want to do things that are peaceful, that are relaxing. Because the point of self-care is to recharge your battery, to make the body feel honored. It's like a gift, right? It's like a gift where you're caring for yourself. And we really need to bring back caring for the self, because a lot of us are so conditioned to grind 24/7, to hustle 24/7, true burnout. Even as mothers, we are just extremely burnt out. And now with a lot of women, it's like, I'll pay the bills, I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll take care of the kids, I'll sleep with you. It's just over. It's like, how much can you put on a woman? Seriously, y'all need to calm down. Take a breath. The second tip is find out what is peace for you. Once you find out the things that are peaceful to you, really see things you can incorporate that peace in activities. How long will those activities take? How many days will you need? Because I don't believe in self-care days. I believe in self-care weeks, self-care months, self-care hours, like really incorporating self-care whenever you can. So really looking into what activity brings peace for you and how can you incorporate it, right? How can you get time to do that? One of the things that really brings peace for me is breathing. Starting from my lowest abdomen and listen, here's a fun fact. I did not realize that I was inhaling the wrong way for years. I was inhaling and not realizing that my stomach has to be expanded instead of sucked in. So when you inhale, you want to make sure that you expand your stomach out, okay? Inhale, and your stomach is out, and then exhale. And your stomach should deflate again. And what else makes me feel at peace is really holding in that breath. I really like to hold in that breath for like 5 seconds and release it. And that feeling of just, I could feel all of my little cells and everything. Sometimes like my head gets a little foggy. Listen, I'm not gonna die. Your girl didn't lose breath. I'm not gonna pass out. But I do like that feeling of oxygen in the body. It brings peace to me. So many times throughout the day, I really try to breathe and really breathe with intention. So find something that brings peace to you. How you can do that is write it down. I know you don't like to write, especially in this generation. Everybody want to text and put something on their notes. Fine. Third tip is this. What feels good, guys? What feels good to you, to your body, to your mind, to your brain, to everything? I was doing self-care and none of this shit felt good. None of it. None of it. I hate getting my hair done. I hate being under that dryer for hours, guys, with the heat. Your scalp is burning. You're trying to hurry up. They don't want to let you go. Have you ever been to the hair salon and you tell them, wait, hold up. I think, excuse me. I think my hair is done. And they'll come check and you hear them turn the thing more time and you're there like, really? You just added more time and my thing was done. Like, I hate getting my hair done. It is so annoying. And this was a part of my self-care. This was a part of my relaxed days. I was doing things I don't like. Nails. I don't like getting my nails done either, guys. I don't like it. I like to pick my colors. I like to look at designs. I like to do all that. But I don't like the drill. I don't like how they file down your cuticle. I don't like the whole process of it. And again, I'm doing this on self-care days when I'm supposed to be relaxing and enjoying the self. Yet I'm doing all of these things I don't like, right? I don't like a Swedish massage. So I'm getting Swedish massages and I don't like them. Here's what I did. Chloe, can you stop doing that with the door? What I had to do was pick the things out of those things that I liked because I need my hair done. But to be frank, that's not a part of self-care. That's something I could do on like a grind day, on a day where I'm just having to do routine stuff. But there are things about the self-care routines that I was doing that I liked. And that's why I continue to call it self-care, or I continue to look forward to those things, because the thing I love about getting my hair done is the scalp massage, right? I love for someone to massage my scalp. And that was something that I wish could last so long. It doesn't, because they're hella freaking quick. And if they have nails, they're just scratching your scalp and like in one section. And this section here can be itching.
You just really want to say, excuse me, sis, can you just scratch right there? Just like right here.
And they don't do it. So I was like, why don't I just look for a place that just does scalp massages, scalp masks, just things for my scalp. And that became part of my self-care routine. Other things I pulled from my self-care routine, like the massages, right? I don't like a Swedish massage, but I like hot stones, okay? I was in the mall and there was a woman there sampling all of these hot stones with lotions, and she came to me like, hey, do you think you want to try this? I was like, yeah, of course. She put these hot stones with lotion and everything all over my hand. I said, oh my God, this feels amazing. And in my mind, I'm like, this would feel so good on my back, on my body, on my arms, just hot stones everywhere, right? Then I said, hold up, I don't like Swedish massages, but I may like hot stone massages. Myself would be very happy, because prior, my ego, it was going after all of these things that were like, okay, Swedish massage, check. Okay, hair, nails, check. You know, all of the routine things you see on TikTok, people tell you it's self-care, blah, 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 blah. I was doing, but I didn't like it. So that's my point. Pulling the things that make your body feel good and really trying to understand how you can just do those things and without everything else. We pay for unnecessary things that we don't need in the name of self-care when you really don't even like those things. So that is tip number 3. Find the things that feel good. Number 4 is to keep track of everything that is joyful, everything that makes you happy, everything that you said, I like that. You know what? I want to try that. I want to have that a part of my routine. I want that to be an ongoing thing, because so many times we try things that we love and we leave it at that. We never turn back to it. It's never a routine because it could be too expensive. Someone can tell you you're being bougie for that. Someone can say, hey, why you're doing that? You don't need to do that. You can be doing this. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things I did is I have washed clothes since I was like 11. I used to walk to the laundromat, bring clothes, wash them, fold for years, guys. It felt good when one time, I went to the laundromat, dropped off a little bag. It was a little bag of clothes, because I was like, girl, you don't know how much this is gonna cost. So just drop a little bag off, see how it turns out, because I was so nervous. It's like you're dropping off your private stuff. You don't know how it's gonna turn out. Okay, there you go, take the bag. I came back, picked it up. My clothes were prestige. They were folded so nice. They smelled so good. All I had to do was take it from my bag, put it inside the drawer. Take it from my bag, put it inside my drawer. Self-care routine of mine. Drop your clothes off, get them done. There you go. And I remember talking to people about this, and they were just like, why you're wasting your money? They charge you more for that. It's so expensive, and you don't know who's touching your underwears and your bras. And like, no. For me, that makes me happy. That brings peace to my life. So I invest in that. That's a part of my self-care. No one can change it. And I've been doing it for 3 years now. 3 years dropping my clothes off. It is what it is. And I would also like to add that a lot of times we are embarrassed, insecure about talking about certain self-care techniques and certain self-care things that we find really, really soothing, right? We think someone's gonna find it nerdy or corny, or they're just gonna think it's not the cool thing to do. And I would like to say that it's not the cool thing to do to want to look like everyone else, to want to be like everyone else, to want to act like everyone else and do the same things everyone else does. Don't you see how it's so common when you go to do those self-care things that the person next to you is doing the same thing you're doing, or they're looking to see what you're doing so that way they can copy off of it, and you're just there like you're looking at each other, and none of y'all, not even me during the time, looked happy. I really, really hope we can bring the self back in self-care. Depression is at an all-time high. We are dealing with so many people that are sad, that are insecure, that feel like they're failures, okay? And yet we have self-care, self-love, self at an all-time high. People are sharing all of these things. No one is sharing the fact that the self is not in self-care. No one is sharing the fact that we are all living through other people. We are all doing things for other people, and we want that instant validation. We want that validation because of social media, because of the cell phones, because of the status quo. But we want that validation from people that don't exist, guys. You don't know who's liking. You don't know who's sharing. You don't know who is actually looking at you through this lens. So you really have to be your authentic self at all times. And that is me always. Me sharing this is not the popular thing to do, but it's the thing I'm gonna do. And with all my videos, guys, I want you to really understand that I talk about things that have helped me. I don't talk about things that have helped imaginary people or people I hope to help one day. These are things that I have done. I am the test dummy here, and I can wholeheartedly say my self-care routine is the self. Always. I do it for the self, and the self is fed. And because of that, I'm a happier person. If you have not liked, please like the video, share. And if you know someone that can take value from this video, share to them. Also, if you have not watched the first video, this video is where I talk about how self-care is a scam. I talk about why we do some of the self-care techniques that we do now and how it has nothing to do with the self. So watch that video. I have faith that you will use these tips to really find out what is good for you, and really understanding that you cannot help no one else. You cannot be there for no one else unless you're there for yourself. And stay tuned for the next video. In the next video, I talk about my self-care routine. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.